What the fuck? What the hell? Oh my god. What the hell is going on? This is legit horrifying. Stop with the cat butt. Oh my god. Stop. Oh my god, it's like someone's trying to convert me or something. It's like, you will like cat butt. You shall like it. You shall like it. Enter the furries. Become one with the furries. Fuck you.
Oh, hello, guys. Okay, so, all right. Um, um, okay, cats. Um, first of all, happy Halloween, everybody, and welcome back to another Blind Tuesdays. As I promised, I would be doing something scary, but not necessarily a horror film. But I wouldn't put it past you if you had thought that this was a horror film. Um, so that's why we're doing cats. Because by all accounts, I've heard nothing but pretty negative things attached to the film. Mostly, I think it's due to the fact that um, that people are when it came out, right? People were very bashful about it. It was because of the designs and just the overall aesthetics. It did not look pretty, um, and um, I held off watching it for the longest time just because I didn't want to partake in it. But I eventually caved, and here we are. Um, Co-written and directed by Tom Hooper, who would do Les Miserables previously with Hugh Jackman and Anne Hathaway. Based off of the stage musical from the 80s, which I've heard is also horrifying. Um, Stars Judi Dench, Idris Elba, Jennifer Hudson, Ian McKellen, um, as a bunch of cats, and they're roaming around the streets. They're called Angelicas or something like that. I forget whatever the fuck the name is. And one of them will ascend to be granted a brand new life of swords. And here's the thing. So, um, I just want to detail my experience with watching the film first, and then we'll get to the film proper, though. Um, so, I gave the film about how long is the film? It's like roughly a 2 hour film. Um, and about an hour and a half into it, um, I got ill. Like literally, I'm like right now my throat. I just feel like, bless me. Um, I just feel like kind of nauseous, and at that point, I had to ask myself: is my physical health more important, or is watching this movie more important? And I gave it another minute or two after that, and at that point, what I came to as a conclusion was that my mental health was more important than anything. Um, so hang on, there we go. So at that point, I decided to turn it off, and I have yet to watch the other 20 minutes. I skimmed through it just to see what the hell happened, and I could care less. Um, Now, some people have labeled this as like one of the worst movies of all time. Um, I understand where that sentiment comes from because the designs are particularly awful. They are um, just utterly distracting. Like, it is unbearable in terms of design and just an overall like execution, just how they're being utilized. Um, it's haunting to say the least. And I just got some notes here. Um, Actually, here I'll just use my phone just because I just want to kind of detail to you guys my experience of watching the film. So here's some notes that I took throughout watching Cats. So first note that I put, this is horrifying. They look nothing like cats. This is what roadkill looks like. Um, it's someone trying to be Tim Burton and just failing miserably. Um, and I think the film is something to do about dreams, or someone who's deserving to achieve their dreams. Um, um, it- yeah, I mean, the designs are horrendous. I mean, it's been said time and time again, but yeah, the designs are absolutely horrendous. Um, they completely remove you from the narrative, and the narrative itself is already nonsensical. Like, I have no comprehension of really what's going on. Um, for one level because of the designs, but for another, I just don't fucking care, you know. Um, and um, my ultimate opinion of the idea of cats is that it's not like, I mean, it's weird. It's just weird, but I think that it's in the wrong format. Because I think that this would have been more acceptable if this was a just an animated feature. You know, not the motion capture and all this weird blending of facial animations and cat-like fur. It just looks really, really strange, and again, very like perverted, and just like it just doesn't translate well. It's it has just the wrong mentalities like throughout. Like, there's a horny nature to it. There's a there's just an uncomfortable feeling that sits with you when watching it. Um, and ultimately, I think that if it was just done strictly in animation and they actually adhered to the idea of cats, you know, like looking like actual cats, not on their hind legs and, you know, with human like features, um, they would look more like innocent like creatures and would probably be, you know, more accepting of the circumstance that's going on. With this, they just look like creatures, and it's it's disturbing. Again, like right now I'm on my throat, guys. Like, I feel kind of sort of wanting to throw up, but I'm mostly just fine. Um, but I think that's ultimately the problem with the production of Cats, is that it's in the wrong format. You know, I think that if it was strictly an animated film with more cartoon like cats and less of the sexual nature, I think you honestly would have something more acceptable. With what you have, though, it is haunting, very poorly conceived, and much too relying on choreography. Like, every 5 seconds, there has to be a musical number, um, which I have to say is probably the one thing that they have that is tolerable, is that the singing and the musical portions are fine. You know, I think everybody sings well enough in the film, um, but it's just that there is a representation that is just so hard to swallow and to digest. It has an obsession with, again, this perverted like nature. Um, it's when Taylor Swift showed up is when I started going, okay, I really should stop watching this, because that's when things start getting uh more sexual, and it's just it got me more and more uncomfortable. And it's not just the cats, by the way, because there's other creatures in the film. There's mice and there's cockroaches. They all have the same fucking problem, where they have the motion capture element being played, where it's facial animation, and then the rest is the animal that they're playing. Like it looks like shit off of Star Trek. It's just like it's just like hybrids, like alien life forms. These are not what they present them, what they ultimately think they are. These are aliens. Um, so like it's both a fetish and a fever dream. Like that's kind of the way I can put it. And I found myself like just finding any excuse possible to not finish it, because on one level I was ill, and on another level I was just really uncomfortable. Like the last time I was really uncomfortable with a film, I think, was I Saw the Devil, and that was for very different reasons. And you can check out that review just to see what I was talking about. But that movie had more of like there was a better understanding as to why I was like, uncomfortable. With this, it has to do strictly with how it's designed and how it's being represented. With I Saw the Devil, like it was like there was a narrative there that I can follow. There was characters that I can at least find some attachments to. With this, I can't tell you what the fuck's going on. There's cats running around and they're singing a lot, and Idris Elba has magic powers, like magical like powers. Don't know why, but he does. Um, and the main character wants to have sex with everybody, it seems, and cat butt. Like that's pretty much that's pretty much my description of the film. Um, and human hands for cats apparently, which was apparently an issue when they released the film. I guess they didn't fix it because I still noticed human hands on cats. So on these like cats. So um okay, so look, some people have labeled it, like I said at the top, one of the worst movies of all time. I don't know if I'm at that stage with this. The stage I'm at right now is just shock and just disgust. Like right now on my throat, I just feel it right now. I just feel that desire to throw up. But ultimately, I think that I'm just gonna go comfort myself. I'm just gonna go do something else. Try to forget about this nightmare. Um, and I'll leave it with this. Like I said, there's some musical numbers there that are fine. The singing is fine. But what Cats gets wrong so much is in its execution, and just in the approach to format. This is an animated film. Ultimately, this should have been an animated film, because as it is it is just nauseating. It is just nauseating, and it's just occupying designs that it's hard to view the chosen representation of its subjects. Like I don't understand why Tom Hooper thought it was appropriate to make this in live action, or at least to utilize motion capture, because it just looks awful. The designs are just putrid. Ugh, um, and it's an embarrassment. That is both hard to the eye and having potential if done differently. Like that's the thing about it, is that you can see what it's trying to do. If it was in a different format, I feel like it'd be more accepting. But as it is, like there's a reason why everyone who's associated with this film doesn't talk about this movie. Like James Corden is embarrassed of it. Everybody else who's associated with the movie is embarrassed of it, because it's just like yeah. I don't know what else to say. It's just Rebel Wilson at one point scratches her crotch. I'm trying to see if there's any other notes that I have. Did I already mention cat butt? Yeah, I think I already mentioned cat butt. Um, why are the cats trying to be sexy? Stop. It's gross. Um, yeah. Yeah, this is just embarrassing. Like, really. And this came out the same weekend as The Rise of Skywalker. And that just makes it even more embarrassing thinking that this had any competition or if it's had any like legs against The Rise of Skywalker. Um, it's surprisingly bombed though. I figured for as much attention the film got, for all the wrong reasons, um, I would think it would make some money, but apparently it bombed. So thank God, because fucking Christ, you know. Um, yeah. Oh, God. Um, yeah. I'm just gonna go relax now and hopefully not throw up. So yeah. So those are my thoughts on cats, guys. Yeah. I just like ultimately I just feel sick. That's just kind of the feeling that I got. Like I just kept flinching and just like just like oh what the hell, that's the aura that the meant. That's how I felt throughout the entire movie. At no point did it feel that I feel like I can adjust. It's just like yeah, you know. Um. So. Oy, so so yeah. So let me know if you guys have seen Cats or not. And it being Blind Tuesday, I almost forgot about that. We're gonna go back to the wheel. Well, first of all, happy Halloween, everybody. Um, and we're gonna choose next week's film right now. And let's see what we got here. So I'm gonna spin the wheel. Here we go. And next week for Blind Tuesdays is going to be. Ooh, an adventure film. An adventure film. Huh. Okay. Okay. Well, I got some ideas for that. So, um, all right. Something, it was close to. There's a section I have called "Looks Terrible" or "Looks Bad." It almost hit that. So thank God it didn't. So yeah. So the next week's film is going to be an adventure film. No decade specific. Just make sure it falls in the category of adventure. So that could be anything. It could be a Spielberg film. It could be, anything bearing that mentality. So let me know in the comment section below for as your choices. And if you suffered through cats, let me know your experience with cats. And yeah, so that's going to be it for this video, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in. And until then, I'll catch you guys in the next video, and hopefully I do not throw up. So yeah. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll catch you guys next time.